So decision making and creativity in organization behavior. So what are the learning outcome of this topic? Describe the element of rational choice decision making. Explain why people don't apply rational choice decision making when identifying their problem opportunities, evaluating the and choosing the different alternatives, and evaluating the different decision outcomes. Discuss the role of emotions and intuitions in decision making. Describe employee characteristics, workplace conditions, and specific activities that support creativity. Describe the benefit of employee involvement and identify four contingencies that affect the optimal level of employee involvement. Now, this is the example of Atlantic Lottery Corporation. So, decision making at this corporation is uh, is a different. It's totally based upon the design thinking and other creative decision making practices. So this is the website of this corporation, and if you want to go through with this, you can. Rational choice decision making. So first of all, what is the decision making? This is the conscious process of making choices among alternatives with the intention of moving forward or moving towards some desired state of affairs. We have something in our mind like objective that we want to achieve, and we have a different alternatives, right? So from those alternatives that we are going to use the best one. So in this case, the one is the rational choice decision making process. So use the pure logic and all available information to choose alternative with the highest value. So in this case, the the possible, the all available information that is required at the time of selecting the best alternative among that we have here in our organization. So historically viewed as the ideal state of decision making. So we have two key element of rational choice. Rational choice formula calculating the best choice means the positive valence means positive satisfactions, and rational choice a systematic decision process. So I'm just going to explain you with the one example. So there are two suppliers and three outcomes. From the two suppliers, some of the expectations, some of the probability possibilities, right? So we have that from those supplier how much that we will be satisfied or not satisfied, right? So here the probabilities mean likelihood of providing each outcome. So let's have a look on this. On the left hand side, we have supplier A and supplier B, and with the probability expectations that we have uh, the outcome which occurs with that suppliers 70%, 90%, 80%, and 70, 60, and 40 respectively for the supplier A and B. That is the probability expectancy theory, right? Now the relevance outcome, what we want, the relevance outcome, that is product quality, on time delivery, and low price. Same is the case of a supplier B. We have outcome valences. So what is the meaning of that? Mean expected satisfactions. So for the product quality, satisfaction is 90, then 40, 60, and same is the case in the supplier B. But there is a difference in the probability, that what the chances are there for that particular outcome that we are expecting. So determine which alternative has the highest expected value. That is the most important thing we need to consider for this particular formula for the best choice calculation. Now look at this rational choice calculation. Valence into probability. So valence here is, you can see this valence of 9 multiplied by 7.7, and exactly the 4 multiplied by 9. Look at this now. So supplier A, so first, second, and third is equal to 14.7, and supplier B is at 12.9. This is the calculation that we have done, and now according to the calculation that we come to know that supplier A has the higher expected value. So definitely that the organization will choose supplier A for getting supply from them. So now the rational choice decision process. So this is there are different steps that we can see here for making a decision, and the first one is identify the problem or opportunity. So in this case, for example, what the problem is? Problem is the gap between what is and what ought to be. Mean what should be. So this is the current position and what is expected to be. So there is a gap between these. This is the problem. And so identifying what the problem is, this is the first step. Second is choose the best decision process. New problems, sometimes there are new problems, and problems may be from the past decisions. And the third is discover or develop possible choices. Search ready-made solutions first. If the ready-made solution is not going to work, then made a custom-made solutions. This is that what we can do in the step 3. Discover or develop means you are going to create the possible choices. Now we have the fourth point: select the choice with the highest value. Now, as we saw from the previous slide, the highest value that the supplier A is to be selected for getting supply, so that is from the probability theory. And the next step is implement the selected choice. So whatever the choice that we have selected, so we are going to implement those choices, right? So without any stoppage, without any problem, without any resistance. Now once the fifth step is over, the sixth one is evaluate the selected choice. So in this case, we see that check whether the gap between what is and what ought to be has narrowed, means has decreased or not. So this thing to be calculated in this total process.